The history of silver, the shine of the world that came to India via ships. In the middle of the ocean, a heavy ship was moving forward, cutting through the dark waters. In its belly it held not grain or cloth, but silver ingots, so heavy that the ship itself looked like a treasure of history. The night was deep, the wind was strong, and somewhere far beneath the water a submarine was chasing it. The people present on the ship did not even have an inkling that a few hours later, this shiny metal would be lost in the depths of the ocean. The question is, why did ships, empires and sea routes take so much risk for a single metal? After all, what was it about silver that it was sometimes carried like bricks and sometimes worshipped like money? Today we limit our understanding of silver to jewelry, prayer coins, utensils and investment. But in history, silver was not just decoration. It was the silent power that ran the world's economy. Thousands of years ago, when there was no paper currency, no banking system and not even a name for digital payment, human beings needed something that everyone could trust. This thing had to be beautiful, durable, rare and easily divisible into smaller parts. Silver met all these criteria perfectly, hence it gradually became the language of trust. Whether a farmer had to sell grain, a merchant had to buy spices, or a king had to pay wages to the army, silver came in handy everywhere. It was not just a metal, it was the identity of value. The story of silver is considered to be nearly 5,000 years old. Its early mining evidence links to Anatolia, which is a part of today's Turkey. From right there, this shiny metal set out on the path of civilizations. In the beginning, the use of silver happened in ornaments, religious items, and royal decoration. But as trade grew within societies, people realized that silver was not just beautiful, but highly practical too. This metal molded easily, did not spoil for a long time, and its identification was easy. Therefore, it could be weighed, divided, and accepted with trust. In civilizations like the Near East, Greece, and later Rome, silver gave new strength to trade. Where the barter system was limited, silver made transactions easy and capable of spreading far and wide. A time came when Greece's laurium mines gave power to Athens. That same silver kept circulating among soldiers, ships, and markets. The metal came out of the ground, but the impact reached politics and power. In Rome, coins like the silver denarius remained in circulation for a long time. It was with these exact coins that soldiers received payment, taxes were taken, and silver flowed through the financial veins of the empire. A famous thought of history is that gold was the wealth of kings, but silver was the money of the common people. Gold was large and expensive, whereas silver proved to be more useful for everyday trade. This exact reason was why silver circulated more in the markets. Farmers, soldiers, merchants, artisans, and tax collectors, everyone understood it. This was a currency that borders could not stop. In India too, the relationship with silver is very old. Evidence of silver ornaments and decorative objects is found since the time of the Indus Valley civilization. But India's real identity was formed not by silver mining but by trade. India possessed the goods for which the world was hungry. Spices, cotton, silk, indigo, precious stones, handicrafts and cotton clothes, all these were in great demand in foreign markets. Foreign merchants wanted to buy goods from India, but in return they did not have goods attractive enough to sell to India. Therefore they used to bring gold and silver. Right from here, India's story becomes special. For many centuries the world kept buying from India and in return kept giving precious metals. Indian markets worked like a force that pulled silver in. After the sea routes opened, this flow became even faster. India was a major center among Arab traders, European merchants and Asian networks. From here goods went out and silver came in. Then after 1492 the world changed. Europeans reached America, and a few decades later, Spanish control kept growing stronger over the massive silver mines of Bolivia, Peru and Mexico. The mine of Potosi became like a symbol of the Silver Age. The silver coming out of the mountains gave power to Spain, increased money in Europe, and gave a new direction to global trade. Between 1500 and 1800, Bolivia, Peru and Mexico provided more than 85% of the world's silver production and trade. This was not just a mining boom, it was the fuel of the first global economy. But this silver did not stop in Europe. European traders wanted Asian goods, and Asia, especially India and China, wanted silver as payment. Therefore, silver kept flowing toward the east. Huge silver bars, coins and ingots were loaded onto ships. The heavy cargo was kept inside the ship, and sometimes its physical weight also became a part of the voyage planning. In these sea voyages, the danger was immense. Storms, pirates, navigation errors and war, at every turn the treasure could sink. Yet, ships kept sailing because the trade of silver could not stop. During World War II, the story of the SS 𝐮𝐥𝐿 is a modern example of this exact shine and danger. This British merchant ship was carrying silver from India when a German U-boat sank it in 1941. In that ship, which went to the depths of the ocean, there were silver ingots. Decades later, when a part of that silver was recovered, the world was reminded again that silver is not just an item for a locker, but a testimony of history. Imagine, on one side, the cold depth of the ocean, on the other side, the shining ingots. Humans passed away, empires changed, but silver lay right there, as if time touched it and yet did not change it. In India, the impact of silver did not remain limited only to trade. The roots of our currency are also connected to this metal. The rupee we use every day today links its relationship back to a silver coin. The word rupiya is believed to come from the Sanskrit word rupiya, the meaning of which is connected to minted silver. In the 16th century, 𝐟𝐸𝐵 issued the silver coin rupiya, which was considered the precursor of the modern rupee. The weight of this coin was standard, so trust grew in trade. Later, the Mughals expanded the coinage system further, and during the British period too, silver-based monetary thinking remained for a long time. Meaning, when a person makes a payment today through a note or UPI, perhaps they do not realize that the historical soul of this rupee was once minted in the cold shine of silver. India's economic strength is also hidden in this story. According to Madison-style historical estimates, around 1700, India held about 1/4 of the world economy. This meant that India was not just a geography, but the center of global demand. The world's merchants came here, made deals, and spent precious metals for payment. The demand for Indian textiles was so strong that even in Europe, Indian cotton and printed fabrics became fashionable. Spices became a part of the empire's strategy more than the kitchen. This exact demand pulled silver toward India. Foreign merchants wanted Indian goods, and India wanted a trustworthy metal more than their weak items. But this story is not just about richness. It is a story of power imbalance too. The very silver that gave birth to trade, that exact trade, also gave way to colonial ambitions. European companies first came as traders. Then ports were built, forts were built, armies were made, and gradually trade changed into political control. The deal that started with silver became a story of power in many places. Even so, the cultural importance of silver in Indian homes remained entirely different. It became a metal not of market price alone, but of auspiciousness, security, and tradition. Even today, a silver coin is offered during Lakshmi Puja. Children are given a silver bowl or glass. Silver gifts are considered auspicious in a wedding. In rural India, silver has long been an easy form of savings. Where the reach of a bank account, demat, or mutual fund was low, silver remained as the financial memory of generations. In many families, old silver coins, anklets, waistbands, or utensils are not just items. They are the savings from the time of grandmothers, memories of relationships, and a backup for difficult times. Like gold, silver also connects with emotions, but its character is slightly different. Gold often shows prestige, whereas silver becomes a symbol of utility, tradition, and accessible wealth. Now the story comes into the modern world. Today, silver is not limited only to the prayer plate or jewelry. It has reached solar panels, EVs, electronics, 5G devices, and medical equipment. The reason for this is science. Silver is counted among the metals that are the best natural conductors of electricity and heat. Where fast signals, clean contacts, and efficient energy flow are needed, silver becomes important. In solar panels, silver paste is used to collect electricity inside the cells. In EVs and modern vehicles, the demand for silver remains for electrical contacts, sensors, and control systems. In mobile phones, computers, switches, circuit boards, and high-end electronics, silver can be present in small parts. The quantity is low, but the role is very critical. Meaning, the silver that once moved in the market as a coin is today working inside technology in an invisible form. Its shine has now hidden behind the screen. In 2026, according to the estimates of the Silver Institute, the global silver market is continuously facing a structural deficit. Despite industrial demand being forecast slightly lower, investment demand looks strong. According to a Reuters report, in 2026, physical investment demand was estimated to rise by around 20% to reach 227 million ounces. This means investors are still considering silver as a serious asset. But high prices can impact jewelry and silverware demand, especially in a big market like India. When the price becomes very sharp, gifting and household buying slow down. Here, two worlds of silver are clearly visible. On one side is the tradition of homes, where people buy silver on auspicious occasions. On the other side is the global industry, where silver has become a necessity of technology. Therefore, the price of silver is not decided by jewelry demand alone. Mining supply, recycling, solar demand, investment mood, dollar movement and global uncertainty all combine to make its move. Sometimes, people mistake silver to be just cheap gold. But history shows that silver has its own distinct identity. It has lived more in the breadths of the market than in the king's treasury. Gold showed more concentrated wealth, but silver ran the wider economy. From small coins to international trade, silver built a bridge between common people and big merchants. For India, the story of silver is even more emotional. It is wealth that came from outside, a heritage left in homes, and the root of that exact rupee with which our daily life runs. When an old silver coin comes into hand, it is not just metal. Hidden in it are many layers of kings, merchants, ships, ports, markets, taxes, prayers and family. In one era, silver used to arrive in India loaded on ships because India had a lot to sell to the world. Today, India buys silver, recycles it and uses it too. The biggest twist of the story is precisely this, that the value of silver is not only in its shine. Its value lies in the fact that every era made it necessary according to its own terms. In the ancient world, it was money. In medieval trade, it was payment. In the colonial age, it was cargo. In Indian homes, it became tradition. And in modern technology, it became a conductor. Therefore, when next time you see a silver coin, anklet, utensil or investment bar, do not look at it just by weight and rate. Behind it lies hidden a global journey of thousands of years. That journey starts from the mines of Anatolia, passes through the coins of Greece and Rome, speeds up in the mines of America, and then reaches India via sea ships. And in the end, that exact silver remains present, taking different forms in our prayer room, dowry chest, old cupboard, bank locker, solar panel and smartphone circuit. Perhaps this is the reason why in India, silver is not just bought, it is kept with care. Because in its shine, not just metal, but a history of trade, culture, war and trust shines. Silver reminds us that the world's economy did not always run on paper and screens. Sometime, to run it, it required ingots crossing the ocean, laborers mining, and merchants looking for trust. Today the rupee has become digital, payment happens with a scan, and wealth is visible in apps. But in the roots of this modern finance, somewhere the old cold shine of silver is still present. And this is the surprising, though not horrifying, truth of silver. The metal that was once loaded like bricks in ships was once the world's money, and today is flowing in the veins of the technology of the future.
If this video has taught you something new, or if you feel this information should reach more people, don't forget to like and share the video. Your small share can become valuable and useful information for someone else. If you have any questions related to this topic, or if you would like to share your opinion with us, be sure to write in the comment box. We read every question and suggestion from you, because your feedback inspires us to create better content. And if you want to keep receiving such interesting and reliable information about business, the economy, and the world in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel GRT Business and also press the bell icon so that you get notifications of every new video directly. At GRT Business, we always strive to provide you with accurate, balanced, and reliable information. Our news and analysis are prepared based on information obtained from various news agencies, public sources, and public opinion. We make every effort to verify and validate each fact as much as possible. But in case of any possible error or dispute, the responsibility lies with the respective sources. Our only aim is to present you with a correct and trustworthy perspective so that you can understand any topic better.